Hello and welcome everyone, Larhart here, and today I've got my first battle gameplay footage to share with you guys from the upcoming Total War Pharaoh that's out later this year in October. Creative Assembly gave me access to an alpha battle build of the game, which included 3 battles, and I'll be sharing a battle a day over the next couple of days with you guys, so feel free to check them all out. This first battle is called A Line in the Sand, where we're set up against other Egyptian forces, battling it out for the title of Pharaoh as sandstorms roll in on the horizon. The next battle that will be out tomorrow is called Bronze and Thunder. You might guess set amongst thunderstorms. And the third battle, which will be out on Saturday, is a siege defense battle. We're under attack by the Sea Peoples, and that one is called Playing with Fire. So let's dive on in. I'll be sharing my kind of raw thoughts and impressions from when I recorded this a few weeks ago. Feel free to let me know your own thoughts. I may well do a kind of summary video in a few days time, possibly next week, to kind of summarize all my thoughts and also I guess answer whatever I can from what I've seen so far. Enjoy. So here we are, a line in the sand indeed. And we've got a sandstorm coming in to contend with, which we can see we've got dry as our current weather. There's no effects, but a sandstorm is predicted, and that will appear within kind of a few minutes of the battle starting. The sandstorm will affect range by 20%, speed by 10%, charge speed by 10%, and increase reload time by 10%. And also lowered visibility deals a small but constant damage to all units and increases fatigue buildup from actions. Let's have a quick little look at some of the troops here. Pretty interesting going down the battle line. Oh, yeah. Pressing the shift key is on steroids in this current build. You zip forward very quickly, so I've got to try to remind myself not to press it. Let's have a look at Ramesses himself. There he is. Going with the end zoom button. Love the detail on the armor and the character models. Obviously, a lot of this is going to kind of look and feel familiar for those that have played Total War Saga Troy, as this is made from the same studio. I believe most of the same team that made Troy worked on Pharaoh. But at the very least, it's from the same studio. So obviously, I don't know if these icons are placeholder for this alpha build, or whether, again, it's kind of the style choice from the CA Sophia studio who made Troy to utilize and reuse those UI elements. Obviously, the art style for unit cards, very familiar to Troy and that layout. Personally, would have preferred kind of more unique banners and icons that are specific to the faction, kind of like we have in the Warhammer series. Right, let's take a look at our use. We've got 160 lower Egyptian spear militia. I'm running this on pretty much all ultra settings, save for shadows that I've set to medium. I always do that in Total War games on my current system. I just find the FPS hit on anything above medium just isn't worth it for very small minor changes in visuals, at least for me. But yeah, we're on ultra unit size as well. Obviously, nothing is, final at this stage, so unit sizes, I guess, or some units could have slightly more or less, I guess, eventually. So this isn't completely final unit size builds, but I would imagine these are pretty close to what we will see in the final game. So we've got 90 for these Medjay archers, Medjay swordsmen. What's Ramsey's got? He's got a Kopesh and shield bodyguard. They're a tier 4 unit. Shows how many kills they've got. Also toggle the information panel as well. So yeah, kind of Troy's kind of info system here is kind of a redesign of Warhammer's one. So if you're familiar with Troy or Warhammer, you'll probably notice a good few familiarities. Shielded as well. Bones versus large. Trying to just hover over all the various tool tips and things like that, because there'll be plenty of things that I miss, but hopefully by hovering over them, you guys will get a chance to pause and have a read. Large unit size, significantly more warriors than its counterparts. The spear militia, yeah, 160. So it seems like 120 is kind of the standard for these guys, at least. Upper Egyptian conscripted axemen.
I fear nothing.
Weight class light, strong against shields, good battle speed, good defense. Right, let's get our force set up. We'll talk through stances in a little bit. Basically, the story of this scenario, this battle, is Ramses versus Seti, and we know that there's a sandstorm incoming. So it's basically your decision of, do you want to push while the conditions are favorable, while dry, and deal a decisive blow to Seti's forces before that sandstorm rolls in and weakens both armies' positions on the battlefield, or do we want to pull back and await the storm and utilize the climate to our benefit? I'm kind of, regardless of timing, I'm thinking this ridge here is glorious to gain a high ground advantage. So I'm going to defend and hold this ridge line. I'm going to have my axemen advance into the trees early if I can. Get out my archers. They have a choice between standard shot and flaming shot. I don't think you can do ground attack with them. But one of the other kind of improvements is you've got the kind of the return of fire, being able to like burn through vegetation and grass and things like that. Terrain having an even more kind of impactful role in Pharaoh than ever before. And they've got give ground stance or hold. So yeah, not all units have all stances. Some, I think, maybe don't even have any, or maybe they just have hold ground, hold stance. But I think it's, yeah, you guys, the swordsmen here, they've got hold or advance. Are there any that have the give ground one? No. So there's a hold stance, a advance stance, which the unit will start pushing forward and trying to push enemies back while holding formation. And there's also a give ground stance where, facing the enemy still in combat, they slowly but surely start retreating. That sounds really interesting. But whether the kind of stances are going to be impactful enough for you to regularly use them, I guess, awaits to be seen. So, got my setup. Let's immediately advance there. Send you guys into the trees and hope that they can hide there. Oh, pressing shift to move around is just very quick in this build. Definitely something we've already given CA some feedback on and said, hey,
always ready.
Can we rein it in? There's also guard mode as well.
Hold your position.
Got the formations missile front. What have they got? They've got some slingers. Have a quick little look across Seti's army. You can see Seti himself over here. Big thing I'm keen to see in these battles is the match combat that is back with Pharaoh for all units, all models, and not just the faction leader. You guys are hidden. Nice. Don't know how long if there's not a timer there. Right, only one of you's hidden. Get you guys denser into the foliage. I'm probably going to have to push forward with the archers. What I'm going to do, though, is move further along this ridgeline so we are closer to that forest where I've got some support. Their slingers clearly have a much higher range than my archers, 210, whereas my Medjay archers are only 160. Okay.
Behold my greatness.
With other kind of stat to keep an eye on is that the armor stat, which is the shirt symbol, 100% on Ramses there. Ramses, and 100% on the spears. That's only showing Ramses there. They've also got, what's that? Oh, they've got an ammo. They got a dart to them. Yeah, nice, interesting. Yes, it shows you the amount of ammo
Spill
available
blood. Fight for
to
Pharaoh.
a unit. So these archers have got 1,980 ammunition. I don't know if that's individual arrows across 90 of them. But yeah, you've got armor, and that is obviously, as that gets chipped away at, when it breaks, then you're going to take substantial damage. Right, we're going to try pushing forward. What I would love to see in terms of stance, I really would love to see a loose formation stance come back, especially for historical titles, just to give you further flexibility and options. We've got an inspiring shout ability as well. Which just gives a morale boost. Yeah, I mean, those sorts of abilities I am fine with in historical Total War. Yeah, so these guys, their armor rather, already going down quite rapidly. The sling is doing some significant damage. These guys are attacking. That's all I wanted to do. So pull back quickly. And we will push forward with the spears to cover them.
Without hesitation.
And set them to advance. So they'll actually go forward. I don't really think I want to do that until they're actually in combat already. Looks like they've also got a dart.
Stay close.
So we can see actually that icon is slowly moving as the weather is changing. I mean, let's very quickly just pause. And just have a little marvel. I mean, this is something that I loved about Troy. It's kind of background art and just general map art as well. The team knows what they're doing in creating immersive, dynamic environments. If you want to kind of pull back and let them advance to, well, I don't know if they would advance, because I think you're attacking them, so you've got to kind of try and lure them in a little bit, but you could always fall back like this position and outflank them with some units and then come at them from behind, so you've got that tactical option here on that map. But yeah, you've got the pyramids in the background. It's great stuff.
Ha! Never back down. All for Egypt. Strength is power.
You guys reform here.
Onwards.
Like you're on skirmish mode, that's why.
We aim true. Infantry moving. On the march. Break them. Onward. To bloodshed.
Go.
March on. Victory will be ours.
Boost morale a bit if we can.
The sky.
Focus on these guys.
Swordsman.
Trying to go off the levy clubs. Axes, out we come. Then we'll zoom in, see what's going on. But as we can see, the weather is changing and that sandstorm is coming in. Just the change in the lighting already. It's crazy. Right, let's have a look down the line. Turn off the UI. Some of their units breaking already. The sandstorm coming in. So I think the match combat here isn't kind of a return to the every unit has a fully locked in animation.
For glory.
There's still some kind of, it still looks like there's some wild swinging going on.
For Egypt. All for Egypt. For our glorious empire. Swordsman.
But it seems like those wild swings are far more connected. That guy's having a great time. It seems like those swings are far more connected to a specific unit, and then you get an animated bit kick in. And I think obviously there's probably some finishing moves and bits and pieces like that as well, like that kick there. So it all feels a lot tighter and a lot more, well, just a lot better than previous games that haven't had match combat. Also, because of that, and with other adjustments and tweaks and changes, battles do seem to last longer.
Devastate them.
Again, I don't know if things are a bit more specifically tweaked for this early access preview build. But from what we've been told, that is very much kind of key to the DNA of Pharaoh. Having battles last longer to give you more tactical options, and there being stances and more tools for you to engage with,
Strength is power.
to use tactically. So
Soldiers, move! I'm getting out of here.
seems to be plenty of options. I feel like stances are so far a nice element to introduce, but need more refinement, need more improvement. But again, as this is alpha right now, you know, hopefully they've got the basis to work on to take further and improve.
We are unstoppable. As one. Bloodshed. Destroy them. Fight me. Shoot them down.
But I like the idea of stances, so hopefully they can be refined and improved.
Gain ground. Marksmen. Black in the sky.
There we go, there's victory. They are gone. That Sandstorm is fully taken effect right now. Let's have a couple of pans across the battlefield. They're lobbing there. Got like curved like blades they're just slinging at the enemy. Archer's fine. I should say I've got arrow trails set to 0. So you've got arrow trail options as well. By default at 50% you can see like the white markers, but I prefer them being off completely. But yeah, look at the trees being buffeted there by the wind and the sandstorm. Dynamic weather I think is a really cool addition. What I've always said, kind of coming from their Creative Assembly success with the Warhammer series, is that when they do another historical game, whatever form that may take, they've got to find ways to add depth and more options to battles. Because without magic that you'd obviously have in the Warhammer Fantasy series, and without the distinctive variation in different races, when you've got a historical game that just deals with humans, you've got to find other ways to add some depth. And I think just generally taking the series forward and improving battles, you know, across historicals and fantasy need further options for the player to interact with. So as I said, yeah, stances I think are certainly a way that they can do that. I don't think they're quite as impactful as perhaps they'd like them to be right now, or at least I don't feel they're as impactful as they could be. I'll try across the other battles that I've got access to in this preview to try out stances some more and just kind of continue to see how I get on with them. Also must remember to stop pressing shift to pan around the map, because it is very, very, very sensitive. But I'm assuming that is just a thing that will get tweaked for the game's launch, whenever that is. At the time of recording this, I don't know when that is. I don't know if in between the me getting to record this and the embargo for when I can release it, CA will announce that themselves. If so, expect Editing Heart to make a quick appearance. But yeah, this is the first battle I can show you guys, A Line in the Sand. Let me know your thoughts so far. Probably to accompany this, I will have also either just before or after this, or perhaps even at the same time, released a video kind of just showing my general thoughts from fighting all 3 battles, and kind of my general thoughts on, you know, what is Total War Pharaoh, what to expect, my general impressions so far. But you'll also have 3 individual battle videos, this one included in that. Go on, get Seti. So we can maybe catch him.
On the march.
Let me bring him down here. And see how tired they are running away there.
We must retreat.
Oh, amazing. Yes, yes, they're getting in there. Come on. Take him down, take him down, take him down. Assuming because they're broken, they're not going to turn around and start fighting again.
Another Egyptian triumph. For Egypt.
But yeah, overall, from a battle perspective, I think Pharaoh's definitely got some promise. You know, dynamic weather, battle terrain, and certain elements of that being dynamic, where you can set things on fire and interact with that. Different terrain types that we kind of saw introduced or made a bit more significant in Troy, returning, like mud, slowing things down. Well, they desperately want to get Seti. Go on, get him. Oh, that's the edge of the map. He's just gonna get away. There we go. Off he runs into the sands. There we go. Is it going to tell me actually it's the sandstorm? No, it's just permanent. I was like, this battle isn't ending. I was like, have they changed that? No, they've got one last unit running around over here. 2 slingers remain. They just given up. Okay, well, it'd be rude. It'd be rude to not send them to the afterlife. So let's just finish them off while I'm just spouting my thoughts and impressions. Likely I'll release a battle video a day, so expect another one tomorrow and the day after. I've got to get close because their range is reduced. I'm assuming that will show up on, yeah, on their unit card. So instead of it being 160, it's now 128. Great miss, guys. Oh, so that's interesting. Yeah, you know, using fire lowers your range as well, actually, so that affects your ammo type effects. So that's interesting. Let's just try some flaming shot. You guys are really not accurate at all. What I would like to see them add in is a ground attack option, so you could purposely set things on fire and set vegetation on fire and let it spread and cause damage and morale impact, I'm assuming, that way. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. This was not what I thought they would announce next. Obviously, we've not seen any campaign stuff. It's not available in this alpha preview. It is just purely a battle preview. So, going to be interesting to see what the campaign map looks like and what sort of features and elements we can expect to see there. But so far, battles seem okay. Definitely can't give a full verdict, you know, right now, because one, it's alpha, and also I'd need a lot more time with it to really make up my mind. But yeah, promising start. If you've enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Until the next one, take care and ciao for now.